The helmet, I know. Dad's fixing it. Jojo keeps that in, shot blocked. Jojo back for Emma, her shot on net. Save is made, rebounds loose. Gation after it. Back to Emma, her shot blocked, goes in the corner. Now Jojo gets it at the blue line, gets it over for Ryan, they keep that in. Gation in the front, gets knocked over. Jojo brings it in, offside. All right, 10:47 to go in the first period. Game number 3 against the Kingston Ice Wolves. Puck comes back to Belamass. She gets that up for Izzy. Izzy gets that out of the zone, back into Kingston territory. Dahlia with some pressure. Izzy helping her out. Puck gets out of the zone, hands up for an icing. And it's icing called. Judd gets a shot, rebound comes out. Kingston into our zone, Gibbs after it. Gibbs gets it behind the net. She's got some pressure. Bella Perry supports her and gets a loose puck. Perry up the boards, kept in at the blue line. That shot gets deflected high. Kingston knocks it down, but Michaela Paris gets the puck back for the Wolves. Gets it up to Carrington Palizé. Carrington gets the shot. It's in, top corner, off the glove and in. Pass from Michaela Paris to Carrington Palizé. And that's a 1-0 game for the Sudbury Lady Wolves. Puck comes up in the neutral zone, knocked into our zone. Jojo's back for it. She gets it in the corner, reverses, gets some help from Morris. Up for Petura, she centers that for Gation. She hustles over and takes that into the Kingston zone. Gation goes behind the net, gets out front, gets a shot. Goalie makes a glove save. Morris to Petura, fires that on net. Blocked by Kingston, they come out with it. Jojo stops her at the line, and Morsey gets a puck up for Berkeley. Berkeley gets that out of the zone. Follows up Kingston. There we go, almost had too many players, but we back off. Now we go for a change. Puck is in her zone behind the net. Pressure from Morsey, gets it. Dahlia chips it up the boards. Kept in by Kingston, but Izzy gets that out. Izzy gets it into the zone, cuts out center. Dahlia after it. Dahlia gets there. She's double teamed. Puck goes in the other corner. Michaela Cole and Izzy work at it. Puck gets out. Kingston takes it out of the zone. They get the red line, dump it in. Bella Mass gets it back for the Wolves. Bella chips it up the boards and out of the zone. Kingston gets it back in the neutral zone. They send that in our zone, but that's icing. 7:54 to go in the first. 1-0 Lady Wolves. Alright, off the draw, puck gets to the blue line. Addie keeps it in, but now the Kingston gets it out. They get the red line, dump it in. Judd after it in the corner, chips it up the boards, gets that out of the zone. Off a Kingston player, ice and waved off. Michaela Paris with some pressure now. She's got Paise and Perry supporting her. Perry ties up in the corner. Puck comes up the sidewall. Kingston gets it out, but Addie's going to get it back for the Wolves. Addie goes behind the net. Kingston on a line change. Addie sends that cross ice for Michaela. Michaela dumps it into the zone. Puck goes around. Kingston gets it in the corner. They fire it the other way. In comes Couture to keep that in. Now Judd sends it deep in the zone. Kingston sends it back for Judd. She fires that one towards the net. That's knocked down by Kingston. Loose puck in the slot. Knocked away by Kingston, but Addie's there to knock it back in the zone with some help from Bella Perry. Gation and Patura forced the play. Almost got a piece of it. Now Kingston in the corner with it. Start to break out. They send that up center. Gation with some pressure, forces the play, and the puck comes back for Emma Moore. Emma Moore gets that out. Kingston gets it back in the neutral zone. They gain the red line, dump it in. Emma picks up the puck in the corner, hits the brakes, gets that to Jojo. Jojo gets the puck, flips it up out of the zone. Kingston gets it in the neutral zone, but in comes Gation with some pressure. Forces her behind the net. Gets some help from Morris. Morsey gets a piece of it. And we get it in the zone, and we're offside. We're back onside. Puck comes out for Jojo. Fires it up into the neutral zone. Berkeley gets a piece of it. Wow. Face off right there. It's not in the zone. There we go. Shout out to Emma's grandma out in Saskatchewan. Middle of nowhere, Saskatchewan. Anyways, Bella Mass gets it up to Dahlia. She goes up to the neutral zone. She gets taken out. That could be a hook, a trip, a hold. Could have been a dozen different reasons. No call there. Kingston fires it up. Center. Belanger gets a piece of it. Kingston finds the loose puck, takes it in zone. Dahlia battles on the sidewall, support from Bella Mass, and she comes out with the puck. Bella sends that around for Frood. Frood up for Cole, kept in by Kingston. That goes out of bounds. You get a face-off inside. 5:08 to go. Gation will be out at 3:50 with a whistle. That shot deflected, and Murphy still snags it out of the air. Big glove save. Judd gets it behind the net, up for Palizet. Palizet works on the sidewall, gets some help from Judd. She gets that back behind the net. They try a wraparound, that's knocked away by Perry. Now a shot, that goes in. We got a 1-1 game. Moore up for Patura, knocked back for Morris. Now Kingston takes it into the zone. Emma slows her down. Now Jojo's turned behind the net with it. Jojo gets up to Cole. Kingston keeps it in. Jojo gets up for Berkeley. Kingston fires that behind the net. Emma Moore picks it up to Berkeley. Kingston keeps that in. Now Ryan Morris takes it behind the net. Fires at cross ice for Berkeley. She chips that into the Kingston zone. Kingston's, no. Oh, I felt like she kept that in. Offside's being called. Kingston gets that back in our zone. Won't be icing. Jojo up for Michaela. Cross ice pass. Doesn't connect. Kingston keeps it in. Izzy gets it off their stick. Loose puck in the corner. Emma Moore battles. She chips it up to Izzy. Izzy gets that up center, but Kingston knocks that away. Izzy sends it to the blue line. They get a shot. Murphy makes a save. Rebound is held onto. Gation heads out of the box. 3:32 to go in the first. Okay, Kingston gets it behind the net. Now in the corner, they chip it up. Puck goes down low. Perry ties up. Perry in the corner with it, tied up. Help from Frood. Puck is loose. Comes up the other way. Paris is on that. Like, they love hitting us on the ground. I don't know what their problem is, and the ref won't call that. But Paris gets it back in the zone. She's in the corner battling. Back to the blue line for Frood. She gets a shot on net. Oh, deflected into the corner. Bellamask sends it back down low. Now Perry, covered on the blue line, gets a shot. That's deflected in front, and the goalie hangs onto it. 2:42 to go in the tied first period. Puck goes in the corner. Kingston fires it around. Gibbs gets there to keep it in. Kingston gets it out. Judd comes back for it. She takes it behind the net. Comes up the side with it. Ships it up. Hookin coming up against Kingston. Power play for the Sudbury team. Good work from Kaylin to keep her feet moving on that play. 2:24, 2-minute power play. Puck's back for Kaylin. She gets that across to Addie. Addie gets that down low for Gaish. Gation in the corner, goes down low for Morris. They cycle it behind the net. Morris comes out, gets a shot off the glass over the net. Judd keeps that in. Down low for Berkeley. She puts that in front for Gaish. That's cleared out by Kingston. Murphy up for Judd. Judd gets it up for Gation. Gation hooked at the center ice. They don't call that one. Now Morris gets it back. Morris at the blue line. Picks it up over the red. Shot goes wide. JoJo gets a piece of it. Gets some help from Morris. Morris gets over the blue line. I don't know how he called that other hook and not these other follow-up ones. Belanger gets it into the zone. Oh, that was close. Offside is called. 51 seconds to go in the penalty. 1:15 in the period. Cole back for JoJo. JoJo gets the red line. Dumps it in off the glass. Kingston tries to get that out. Cole keeps it in the corner. Gets some help from Belanger. Belanger gets that, tries to get that back for more. Kingston gets in the way. They chip it up center. JoJo picks it back up. We got 50 seconds to go in the first period. JoJo gets it up for Dahlia. Dahlia around for Emma. Emma gets the puck. Gets it up to Izzy. 10 seconds to go in the power play. Izzy gets it into the zone. Puts it out front. Goalie gets a piece of that. Cole battles. Now Emma gets it. Shot at net. Deflected by Belanger. Goalie makes a save. Belanger keeps the battle going. Oh, Cole tries to get that one. It comes up the sidewall. Belanger keeps that in. Out of the blue line, it comes out, and Emma Moore chips it back into the zone. We're offside. Shouldn't come all the way down. Should just go to the blue line here. No, he's going to bring it all the way back. That's not how it works. He mentioned offside once and the girls didn't clear, so he's saying it's intentional. But they didn't know they were offside. Anyways, 2.7 seconds, no big deal. All right, second period action, 12 minutes up on the board. Score tied up at 1. All right, Perry into the zone with it. Sends it down low for Paris. Perry helping out in the corner. Perry comes out with it, takes it behind the net. Into the corner. She's got some pressure. Tries to get that back down low. It's knocked back for Frood. Frood ties up on the sidewall. Perry helping her out. Perry Zay help supporting. Goes back in the corner. There you go. Frood knocks that out of the air. Gets it back to Belamass. Gets that cross to Paris. Paris back in the zone. Isaiah with some pressure. Nice pinch from Frood to keep that in. Now Carrington in front for Michaela. Her shot just a little wide. Bunch of black jerseys in the way in front. Morris with some pressure down low as the subber goes for a line change. We get the line change complete. Kingston ices the puck. .10:42 to go in the second. Morris gets it to Gation. Gation across to Judd. She keeps that in. Fires that towards the net. It's knocked back. Kingston sends it back in their zone. Morris after it. Sorry about the camera angle. Morris and Gation working at it. Morris sends it down low. He's working it behind the net. Kingston gets it the other way. Now Gation forces that. Kingston gets it back though, sends it up center. Addie picks it up. Addie to Berkeley. Berkeley gets that to Gage, and she gets that into the zone. She gets her own puck, takes it behind the net. Sends it back behind the net. Pressure from Belanger. Puck comes back for Gibbs. Gibbs takes it up. Ships it into the Kingston zone. What? It went right past her. She didn't even try to play it. Brutal icing call. .9:46 to go in the second. 1-1. Kingston gets it back to the blue line. That shot blocked by Dahlia. Now she heads the other way with it. Dahlia gets it in. Shot on net. Oh, goalie makes a save. Rebounds loose. Kingston fires it up the boards. Izzy keeps that in the zone. Dahlia helps her out. Kingston with possession. Cuts up center. Goes for a little skate. Dahlia on the back check, and JoJo slows her down. Dahlia gets it behind the net. Ships it up to Cole. We get that out of the zone, and Izzy knocks it into the zone. Izzy gets it behind the net. Sends it around the boards. Cole and Perry after it. Perry gets it at the hash marks. Pressure from Kingston. Puck comes out. Emma Moore battles. Sends it back in the zone. Back check from Cole. We get that in. We're back on side. Now it comes up the boards. Paris keeps that in. Gets it down low for Palizé. She goes behind the net with it. Gets pinned on the boards. Paris helping her out. Puck cleared out by Kingston. That's going to be icing. Palizé back for Frood. Frood down low for Perry. She tries to get that out front. It's deflected by Kingston. Perry gets it back behind the net. She's got some pressure. Kingston goes the other way with it. We're getting a tripping call. .8:05 to go. Power play for Kingston. Puck's back to the blue line for Kingston. They go D to D. Down low. Try to go back door. Can't connect. Now Frood gets loose puck. Chips it up. Kept in at the blue line. Comes back for Frood. This time she makes sure to get that all the way out. Pressure from Morris in the neutral zone. Now Patura pressure in it. Massimiliano knocks it out of the zone. Kingston in the neutral zone, looking to re-enter. They do. They get a shot deflected away. Bellamas gets it in the corner, fires that around. Kingston puts it out front. Nobody's there. Comes out of the zone. Kingston re-enters. With the puck wide. Shot blocked by Frood. Gets back to the blue line for Kingston. They get a shot on net. That's deflected. Murphy makes a save. Rebounds loose. Cleared away by Frood, and Patura fires that down the ice. 45 seconds to go in the penalty. 6:45 in the second. Gation with some pressure. Keeps the puck in the Kingston zone. Ella keeping that in the zone still. Kingston, though, gets it out now. 2-on-2 the other way. Gibbs stops her at the ringette line. Puck's in the corner. Kingston sends it back to the blue line. Shot blocked. That goes wide. Rebounds loose. Gibbs knocks it away. Back to the blue line. Judd gets it back. She goes for a skate, gets it up for Izzy. And we're back in the zone, 5-on-5, 6 minutes to go in the second. Izzy gets the puck behind the net. She's got 2 Kingston players on her. Perry coming to help her out. Perry knocks that loose behind the net. Follows it up. Gets the puck. Puck bounces out of the zone. Judd's back for it. She's got pressure coming in from Kingston. Turns, gets it out of the zone. She could have played that. Oh my God. Yeah. Holy cow. Brutal call from these officials. Puck's loose in the slot. Cole gets it away. Kept in at the blue line though. It's back behind the net. Emma Moore after it. Moore tied up. She takes it behind the net. Up the boards. Cole chips at it. It's kept in. Sent back up. Now Cole goes for a little skate. Chips it up. Knocked back for JoJo. Nice work from JoJo at center. Fires it up for Carrington. Carrington into the zone with it. Gets the shot. Puck goes in the corner. Now Kingston sends it out of the zone. JoJo gets that back at the red line. Up for Carrington into the zone. The old chip and change. Kingston gets it behind the net. Perry gets it on the sidewall. Sends it back for Frood. Frood to Perry. Perry on the sidewall walks out with it in the high slot. Gets it to JoJo. JoJo shot deflected. It's loose in front. Still loose. Cleared away by Kingston. They come up to the neutral zone. JoJo knocks that away and Patura sends it back in. Paris with some pressure. Gets the puck in the corner. Paris back for Bellamas. She gets a shot. Blocked in front. Rebound gets on net. Goalie makes a save. 3:52 to go in the second. Morris gets Massimiliano shot at net, rebound from Gation. Goalie hangs on to that. Puck comes back for Rowan. She gets a shot at net, rebound comes out to the corner. Izzy puts that behind the net for Morris. Back to Izzy. Back around for Ryan. Fruit coming to help out. She keeps that in the zone. Cation covers for her. Puck comes behind the net. Izzy gets a piece of it. It's chipped up center. Cation stops her. Now it's cleared out. Oh, that hits a player on a bench. We'll get a face-off in front of our bench probably. Judd to Gibbs, off the boards for Cole. She's tied up. Kingston gets it back in our zone. Judd stops the shot. Puck goes out of bounds. 3:03 to go in the second. 1-1 hockey game. Gibbs behind the net, up for Paize. Everyone's tied up on the sidewall. Puck comes loose. We're getting a penalty. Hook. All right. Well, 2:45 to go in the second. Penalty kill coming up. Kingston sends it back to the blue line. From the point, they get a shot, big save, rebound, blocked by Moore, another shot, that's save. Puck comes back to the blue line now. We try to go back door, shot blocked by Emma Moore, and she clears that all the way down. Oh, Kingston ices it. 1:20 to go in our penalty. 2:05 in the second. Puck is chipped out of the zone. Bellamas gets it back in our zone. Circles around, gets that to Paris. Paris fires that deep into Kingston territory. 1 minute gone from the penalty. Perry on that back check, knocks the puck over, offside called. .53 seconds in the penalty, 1:38 in the second. Well, Kingston dumps it into the zone. Bellamas chips it behind the net, gets it back and fires it up center out of the zone. Kingston dumps it back in. Bellamas gets it behind the net, reverses, fires it up the boards. Patura picks it up, gets away from her. She blocks the shot, it's in her feet. Now Kingston's shot goes wide. Izzy gets it on the sidewall. She's tied up and Bella gets it back. Bella fires that out of the zone. Berkeley's after that. Berkeley's going to get there first. Whoa! Kingston back in our zone. We're back to 5-on-5. Gibbs gets the loose puck. Takes up the sidewall, dumps it in. Interference. Jesus. Loves calling penalties on us, nothing on Kingston. Emma Moore keeps it in. Gibbs gets a shot. That's blocked by Kingston. Another shot, glove save. 16 seconds to go. And you get a shot off the face-off. Cation ties up. Morris helping her out. There we go, good battle going on behind the net. That's going to finish off the second period. All right, 12 minutes to go, third period action, all tied up at 1. Izzy back to Kalen. Kalen gets the red line over the blue. Behind the net with it. Pass out front, it's loose. And some feet. Gibbs keeps that in. Now it comes out, it's in some feet. Cation gets it over for Morris. Morris dumps it in the zone. Ooh. Cation gets it back to Addie. Morris covers for her. She keeps that in. Kicks it up for Gaish. It's knocked out of the zone. Judd gets it back. She gets it up into the zone. Izzy fires that into the corner. Puck comes up the side wall. It's cleared up center. Judd's on that. At the red line, dumps that back into the zone. The old chip and change. Cation goes in for pressure. The rest of the Lady Wolves get a change in. Belanger gets a piece of that. Cole gets it back to Moore. Over for Adjueze. She ships it up center to Dahlia. Dahlia takes it into the zone. She gets some pressure. Palize and Adjueze keep that in. Now Palize sends that deep in the zone. Kingston gets it back behind the net. They chip it up at the blue line. Emma Moore keeps it in. Her shot off the goalie's pad. Dahlia's on that rebound. Gets in the slot for Carrington. She's tied up. Emma Moore covers for her. Fires a shot that gets deflected behind the net. Dahlia puts that back out front. It's loose. JoJo pinches in. Gets a piece of it and it comes back for Emma. Emma in our zone turns. Fires it up into Kingston territory. Kingston tries to work that around, but Cole gets it back for Belanger. Belanger after it behind the net. Chips it around. Gets it out front. It's deflected back for Emma. Emma gets a shot. That's blocked. Cole gets it back in the corner. She's getting some help from Carrington. Kingston gets a piece of it. Emma pinches in to keep that in. Now Kingston fires that up out of the zone. Dahlia gets it back in the neutral zone. She gets it over for JoJo. JoJo brings it in. Fires a slap shot. Blocked by Kingston. They clear that out. I don't think it's going to make it for icing. Emma's on it. Emma picks it back up. Comes up the side with it. chips it into the Kingston zone. Now she keeps the pressure going, fires that on net. Goalie makes the save. It's back for JoJo. JoJo shot deflected by Paris. Nice try. Loose on the side of the net. Comes out. Kingston chips it up center. Emma Moore almost gets it. Goes out of bounds. We'll get a face-off in the Kingston zone. 9 minutes to go in regulation time. Berkeley back to Frood. Frood back and forth, gets a shot off the side of the net, it looks like. Now Massimiliano keeps that in, puts that towards the net. Kingston gets it back. Pressure from Patura. She keeps that pressure going, ties her up. And Frood keeps that in the zone. Perry supports her, and she also keeps that in. She gets run right over. Lamas gets that out of the zone. Back in the zone for Frood. She chips that up to Patura. Patura, gets it to Paris, but she steps on the puck. Now 2 on, offside. They get a shot, big save from Murphy. And Patura gets up center for Paris. This time she gets a handle on it, takes it into the zone. Corner, a couple Kingston players get in the way, they chip it out. Back for Gibbs, she's at the red line. Chips it up for Gaish. Kingston gets a little help from the ref at the blue line. Now it comes out for Morris. Morris sends that across. Judd up to Blantang. Izzy cross ice for Gation. Gation helps out, and Morris gets it into the corner. Behind the net. Izzy tries to get that out front. It does get out front. Gation's shot blocked. Gibbs gets it back over for Judd. She skates that into the zone. Puck out of bounds by Kingston. We'll get a face-off back in the Kingston zone. Both teams going for a line change. 7:07. Off the draw, Cole back to JoJo. Her shot goes into the corner. Emma's there to keep it in. It's in her feet. She gets some help from Dahlia. Dahlia sends that cross ice. Kingston gets it back out of the zone. They chip it into Sudbury territory. JoJo stops her and gets the puck out. Carrington and Cole with some pressure. JoJo gets the loose puck. She chips that into the zone. Now Cole on the sidewall ties up to keep the puck in. Gets some help from JoJo in the neutral zone. JoJo over to Emma. Emma to Cole. Belanger in the neutral zone, working at it. Back and forth action. Now it comes back in our zone. Bellamas picks it up. Shot on net from Kingston. Kingston at the blue line, keeps that in. Send it behind the net. Bellamas gets there first. Up for Cole. Cole to Belanger. She gets that out of the zone. And she goes for a line change. We get 3 new forwards out there. They come in for some pressure. Cross ice pass deflected by Patura. Frood sends it back into the Kingston zone. Patura follows it up. Now Paris on the other side. Paris gets a piece of it. Kingston gets it up, but Perry and Massimiliano keep that in. Now Perry follows it up, getting support from Paris. The battle on the side of the corner. Perry to Massimiliano. She throws it back into the mix. Now Patura behind the net. She's tied up, getting some help from Paris. Puck's loose, apparently. There's two girls on the ice. This is getting dangerous now. The puck comes out. Belamass finds it. Her shot off the goalie's shoulder. Paris to Patura. Patura back for Massimiliano. She walks across the blue line. Gets a shot. It's deflected. Blocked in front. Patura on that rebound. Gets some help from Mash. She takes a stick to the head. Frood gets it back at the red line. Skates it in. Rowan Frood drives the net. Gets it on net. Whistle goes. Four and a half minutes left in regulation. Still tied up at 1. Okay, loose puck picked up by Kingston. Strip it up the boards. Morris and Montaigne work at it. It comes out of the neutral zone. Judd chips that back up. Izzy sends it in the zone. Kingston tries to get that behind the net. Gation in the way, puts it out front. Shot from Morris, couldn't connect. Now Kingston tries to get that out. Morris keeps that in, gets that to Montaigne. Montaigne sends that down low. She's got a hook going on, no call there. Stick up in her armpit. Kingston gets it back, sends it cross ice. Gibbs kicks it into the zone. Gets some help from Montaigne. They get that into the corner. Kingston fires that around. Judd's there to keep it in. There, Izzy's helping out, gets it out front. Goes across the net. Gibbs gets it back, fires that towards net. It's deflected into the corner. Kingston picks it up. They send that cross ice. Izzy keeps that in the zone. Now it comes back for Gibbs. Gibbs with the puck, fires it up to Gation. Gation gets it over the blue. It's knocked out by Kingston. Kingston gets it into the zone. Murphy steers it away for Addy. Addy up the boards for Cole. Cole off the boards for Belanger. Icing called, so close. 2:52 in regulation. Puck goes behind the net. Kingston sends it up the boards. Cole gets there first. Cole to Belanger. Gets that out of the zone, but Kingston gets it back. And they follow him up for pressure in their zone. Oh, puck just barely gets out. Kingston gets it in the zone. Emma Moore gets it back. Circles, chips it up the boards. Hand pass. Yeah, good call. Hand pass, face off outside. Kingston sends it in the zone. Emma Moore gets it back, sends it cross ice for Carrington. Knocked back by Kingston. Now Emma Moore gets it in our zone. Up for Cole. Kingston sends it back in. They're back on side. JoJo gets it behind the net. Fires it up the boards for Carrington. In the high slot, they get a shot that gets deflected wide. Emma fires it up the boards. Kingston can't keep that in. That goes out of bounds. Face off in front of our bench. .145 to go in regulation. Couture and Frood work at the sidewall. Perry helping out. Puck gets in the zone, knocked out by Perry. Now Paris in the neutral zone, working it up. Gets it into the zone. Paris getting hooked. Keeps it going. Sends it around the boards. At the blue line, Frood keeps that in. Keeps the battle going. Kingston takes it into our zone. Back check from Perry. Getting help from Belamass. Weird bounce behind the net. Puck goes back behind the net. Bella Perry gets there. She's in the corner. She comes out with it, chips it up. Kingston keeps it in. We're in the final minute of regulation time. Kingston gets a shot that goes wide. Berkeley chips that out of the zone for Paris. Paris enters the zone. Takes her wide, gets the shot, glove save. We have 46 seconds to go in regulation. All tied up at 1 for the Wolves. Timeout called by Sudbury. All right, 46 seconds to go. Okay, puck comes back to Gibbs. She fires that up, goes into the corner. Morris gets it back. She comes out, gets a shot. Goalie makes a save. Rebound's held on to. The goalie has no idea where it is. She's looking around for it. 37 seconds left in regulation. Gation to Gibbs. Gibbs fires that up. Gation helping out now in the corner. To Morris. Puck goes behind the net. Back for Morris in the corner. Mo getting hooked. Gets it back to Judd. Judd walks in, gets a shot. Oh, a save is made. We get taken out in front of the net. No call there. Gibbs keeps that in. That's cleared out by Kingston. That's going to be icing. Don't play it. It's icing. That's okay. We're just going to run down the clock now. Tie game. Another 1-1 tie for your Sudbury Lady Wolves. We're back at it tonight at 6 o'clock. See you all then.